There was once a person on Mitzrayim. He had a very good teshayla. Why is it important to listen to every single thing in Shulchan Aruch? Sometimes it's annoying, sometimes it's lazy, sometimes you're not interested. So there's a few ways that I answer a person. You could give the person a direct answer. You could tell him, I want to answer you by email. Okay, we'll speak about it, but give me your email. Person gives the email, he gives us the address, and the next Friday I'm telling him, he's like, no, what happened? You didn't send anything? We're like, what, it didn't go through? He's like, I didn't get anything. He's like, no, let's check the email address that you gave. We checked the address, the email address, everything was right. We just didn't put in the dot, before .com, at gmail.com. We didn't put the dot, we just did @com. And he's like, if you didn't do the .com, the dot, it's not going to go through. So like the answer speaks for itself. The little pratim, we're not talking about a phone number with a number off, we're talking about a little dot. The answer's not going to come through. In Siman Tazayin, דיני, הפסקות, בברכות קריאה וברכות שמע. The הפסקים, in ברכות קריאה שמע, in קריאה שמע. Boy, sifim, and in this Siman, in Siman Tazayin, there are 5 sifim. ברכות קריאה שמע ושלושה ברכות שהן יוצא אחר ורבא, ככתוב רבנו בשולחן הזקן. נהגים דינס אלו בנוסח פסיקוסו, אבל בנוסח בסדר הנוסח, אבל אלו. אמס ויוצא. In Shacharis, there are shtei brachos לפני and brachos לאחרי. There's also brachos לפני ולאחרי in Bediuk. So right now we're going to speak about brachos לפני ולאחרי of Shacharis. The 2 brachos לפני are Yotze, and in the Welt the second bracha is Abba Rabba. In our Siddur it's Abbas Eilam, but it's the same thing. Abbas Eilam, Abba Rabba is the same thing. The 2 brachas before are Yotze and Abbas Rabba, Abbas Eilam. The bracha that's after is Emes v'yatziv, till we go to Gal Yisrael, and then we start Shemona Esrei. V'chein b'maidiv, kriya shma, b'rechoseh. And the same thing is with maidiv, there's brachas that we say before, and there's a bracha after. Hein chamura is yoiser mipsuki de zimra, ve'en echlakis leprakim. They are more stringent, they're more chomer. You have to be more careful in b'rechos shma than psuki de zimra. And they are nechlak, they're divided into prakim. Velo, in what are the prakim? Bein prakim, bein yotze, ha'ma'odis la'abba rabbo. Between yotze, ha'ma'odis, ta'abas olam, after the bracha, that's 1 perek. Bein ha'beicher ba'am Yisrael bi'ava l'shma Yisrael. Right after ha'beicher ba'am Yisrael bi'ava, before Shema is the 2nd perek. After the Shema Yisrael, after the first parsha of Kriyashma, which is Yahavta Tol Visharecha, before Vahayim Shemaya, it's the next perek. Then before Vayomer, the finishing parsha of Vahayim Shemaya, Tol Vayomer, is the next parak, Al Haaretz, before Vayomer. So those are the prakim of Kriyashma. There's Birchas Kriyashma, there's in Kriyashma itself, there's Bein HaPrakim. Halacha Beis, Bein HaPrakim, Mutar Leimar Amin, Al Kol Baracha, Shu Shemeyah, Rabbeinu Kasav Shedinei, Gebehem Tza Perek, Chutz Mi, Amin, Sha'achar Baracha, Zu Atzma, Shnigmra Shemut Alanis Achareh. In the Shulchan Aruch it says that Bein HaPrakim, you're allowed to answer any Amin. The Alter Rebbe says that the Birchas Kriyashma, Bein HaPrakim have the same din as Bein HaPrakim itself, which is more chamur than Bein HaPrakim. There's in the middle of Birchas Kriyashma, which means I'm not Bein HaPrakim, I'm in the middle of a parsha, I'm in the middle of a bracha. Those are more chamur Bein HaPrakim, between the prakim of Kriyashma or Birchas Kriyashma. The Alter Rebbe is machmir to tell you that there is no difference between bein aparakim and the parakim in the middle of the parakim itself. Chutz for one thing, the bracha that you're coming from. That bracha you're allowed to answer bein aparakim. For example, if we just finished Yotze, continue Meir Laudits, then we go to the bracha of Yotze Ha'Ma'oris. Before Avos Olam, I'm only allowed to answer bein aparakim on the bracha that I just finished. Yotze Ha'Ma'oris, I'm allowed to answer bein aparakim. However, Shulchan Aruch says you're allowed to answer any kaddish, any kedusha, any baruchu bein aparakim. We're going to see between the parakim, we're more machmer. There's different halachas. There's less things that you're allowed to answer bein aparakim. And the Alter Rebbe takes the chumrah of parakim and bein aparakim are the same thing. So bein aparakim and the parakim according to the Alter Rebbe. Also between the yad and shel reish of Rashi, and also like kain Yוצא, which is in the end of Shemona essay. Those three things have the same dinim, same halachas we're allowed to answer in those three places. According to Shulchan Aruch, you're allowed to answer kaddish kedusha baruch. Avo baruchu baruch shema lo yoymar. Baruchu baruch shema you're not allowed to answer. V'gam shemei shakol lo imiri mikriya shema lo yoymar imam as a pasuk shema Yisrael lo yoymar mashu yoymar b'kilam kederech sheyoymrim akol shema Yisrael Rabbeinu kasav sheyoymar b'yisei nigun she'nira kilu koirei imam. Now, if the minion is saying shema, and you want to answer shema with the minion, so you should say whatever you're saying b'kol ram. The Alter Rebbe says with the same nigun as if you would be saying shema, but to say shema itself, if you're bein aparakim, you don't say shema, but you should say it out loud. Like as if you're saying shema with the minion. Because the minion is being makabel on himself, and you're in shul, you don't put your hand on your eyes, you're being tifresh minat tzibur, you're not being makabel l'mach shemayim, even if you don't say the pasuk Shema Yisrael, but it should look as if you're saying Shema with the minion, if you're in a place in davening where you can't answer. Lacha Gimel. Be'emtza perek eine amen, rak achar birchas hakel hakadosh, ve'achar birchas shemei hatefila. In Chazaras Hashatz, there's two amen you're allowed to answer, bein aparakim. Hakel hakadosh and the amen of shemei hatefila. V'kadosh yemer amen yeshmei rabon, bevarach Lalam Lomel Maya. Rabbeinu Kasav Yemer Gam Yisborech. So, according to the Shulchan Aruch, Be'emtza Aparakim, these are the things you're allowed to answer. According to the Alter Rebbe, these are the things you answer. Bein Aparakim and Be'emtza Aparakim, it's the same thing. Besides, we said the amen that you're coming from, the parsha, the perek you're coming from, the last amen. If you're Bein Aparakim, you're allowed to answer after you hear the chazan if you didn't continue into the next perek. Now, according to Shulchan Aruch, the only things you're allowed to answer Be'emtza Aparakim are, we're going to say it right now clearly. Hakel HaKadosh, Shemei HaTefila, the first three words of Moedim Anachnu Lach. In Kedusha, you'll answer Kadosh, Baruch, and Yimloich, and that's it. Kadosh, Baruch, Yimloich, and Baruch you're allowed to answer. These are Be'emtza Aparakim according to Shulchan Aruch, and according to Alter Rebbe, even Bein Aparakim. Can in Kaddish itself there's two amens. And the first ve'imru amen. So there's the third amen and the fifth amen. Yemar gam ken amen ushar amenim shebakadish lo ya'an she'enim ikor hakadish gedusha yishtek v'yishmar mashliach tzibur yemenim akol. Kaddish Armayet voice Mloich Alarat Kivede. Yishtek Yemerim Akol Baruch with the Vaimim came. Yisrael lo Yeman. Shein Emikar Kedusha. V'chein Koster Rabbeinu b'Shulchan Aruch Sevirale the Yemar Gam Yimloich the Hu Gam Emikar Kedusha. See here you have the inyanim that you answer Be'emtza Aparakim. Vim shemei baruch hu, and if he is baruch hu bein min hashliach tzibur bein min ha'ilalateira in baruch havayim averach le'navod. And also we mentioned baruch hu, he's allowed to answer if he hears the tzai from the chazan or tzai, someone that goes up to the Torah. Gam amen jar baruch Torah, and also the amen which you hear from the oil of the Torah you're allowed to answer. You have to bow with the minion, and you should say the first three words. It should be as if you're saying moedim with the minion, so you're bowing as if it looks like you're saying moedim. If he hears a koil ram outside it's raining outside, and he hears a lightning, hears a thunder, hears a thunder, lightning you see and thunder you hear. It's brought down the Magen Avram, the king of Rabbeinu V'Yishem. The lo yafsik was the Bechor Shayr writes you shouldn't answer. The other Rebbe says you could answer. Emta Prakim to say if you hear a koil ram. So Kitzur Amais over here by Emta Prakim. What are the things you're allowed to answer? In Kaddish, there's two things. Amen Yesh Meiraba, and the first Vimru Amen. Chazaras Hashatz, it would be Hakel HaKadosh and Shemei Tefillah. In Kedusha, it's Kadosh Baruch, and the Alter Rebbe adds Himloich. In the Moedim, you bow and you say Moedim Anachnu Lach. Birchas HaTorah, you answer Baruch Hashem Mavorach. Leil Navod or Baruch from the Chazan, or someone that goes with the Torah. The Amen of Birchas HaTorah, you're allowed to answer Amen. And he adds at the end of the halacha, if you hear a koil ram, you should answer, you should make the bracha, you can answer on that bracha in the middle of Psukei, Kriya Shema, Bein HaPrakim or Be'emta HaPrakim. Already mentioned the idea of koil ram, so you know by Matan Torah it says Royim as HaKelis V'Shem as HaNishma, because it was very important to tell the person Loi, they should see the koilos, Royim as HaKelis, that somebody shouldn't come and tai charayin and say Loi with the vav, Loi signai, from him we have to steal. From him, Kitzur, so the Eibusher wanted it to be clear, Loi mit an alif, no stealing. Aber das is nacharin. Halacha dalit. Elu hafsekis sha'imrim chamanu. These are the hafsiks that we said that you're allowed to mutter lahafsik be'emtza perek imhu beberachos. Yichavin shiyah hafsik heichad salik in yoneh. Somebody's bein aparakim, he should have in mind to try to stop the salik in yoneh. He shouldn't, if he knows he's going to call, he knows the chazan is coming up to Chazaras Hashatz, he knows the chazan is coming up to Baruch, he knows that there's a kaddish going to be said, and he's in the middle of Birchas Kreshma, he should put himself in a situation, in a matziv, that he could stop. Bein aparakim would be best. If not bein aparakim, at least bein apsukim, to answer bein apsukim, and not in the middle of a perek, and not in the middle of a pasuk. And if he's in the middle of Kriya Shema, not bein aparakim, you should have in mind to have a hefsek between pasukim. And if it's impossible, it's a long pasuk, or you started the pasuk already, and the chazan said kaddish or kedusha or baruch, whatever it is, so he's allowed to answer in the middle of the pasuk, because if not, he's going to miss it without saying it with the minion. And nevertheless, he should try to have mechovin to stop a certain type of inyan in the davening, even if he's bein aparakim, bein apsukim, episa inyan, he should stop, and over there he should say whatever the kahal chazan is saying. And wherever he stopped, he goes back to the beginning of that pasuk. This that we said you're allowed to stop between prakim, in the middle of prakim, l'dvarim shamarnu. Eino yadin bepasuk shma yisrael u'baruch shem k'ven malchus l'navad v'chem b'neihem. This is not including after Shema Yisrael, between Shema Yisrael to Baruch Shem, and of course it is not in the middle of Shema itself or in the middle of Baruch Shem. You don't stop. Once you start at Shema, it doesn't include Shema, it doesn't include Baruch Shem, and it doesn't include between Baruch Shem and Shema Yisrael. If you start at Shema, you say Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kavod Malchus L'Navad. You don't stop between Shema, you don't stop in the middle of Shema or in the middle of Baruch Shem in these psukim. Ki Mohem Astur Lahafsi V'chol Inyan Afilu V'Afilu HaMelech Shar B'Shleimeh Lo Yafsik La'ashibay. Because these are in Yonam that even if the king comes to ask you, how are you doing, you don't stop even for a melech. And after emes, Hashem Elokeichem emes to v'yatziv, you don't stop. So there's Hashem Elokeichem to emes, and emes to v'yatziv, you also don't stop. Mishum niksiv bakra. It says in the pasuk in Yirmiyah, v'havai Elokim emes, Hashem Elokim emes, without a hefsek, we don't want to make a hefsek. L'chein, therefore, ein mafsikin bein Elokeichem le'emes. Nachin le'yizor shalai lahafsik al la'achar sham gam tevaz v'yatziv. Also, be careful not to make a hefsek after emes. You should go straight into v'yatziv. You should gam v'yatziv, you will loshin emes, because the loshin of v'yatziv is also emes. It's truth. You're continuing. It's one long idea of emes. Emes v'yatziv. And after that, already from after that, he could answer like anywhere else, bein aparakim. If he mentioned if it's between a pasuk, you should go back to the beginning of the pasuk. Din lishal b'shalim laharshiv shalim b'zman azeh ein makpidim bein lahapsik b'zeh afilu bein aparakim. And this whole idea of lahashiv shalim, today we're not makpid, and even bein aparakim we are not mafsik. Ad kan simin tes zayin.